Okay, so now we know what TeamSeas is, and if you don't know, I have a video about it. Go watch that if you want to know. There is a question that is on our minds right now, and the question is, will TeamSeas make their goal of $30 million by 2022? As of the time I am recording this, they have raised $6.6 million. First, let's look at how TeamTrees did. So TeamTrees started on October 25th, and it reached its goal by Christmas Day, with just 6 days left in 2019. If we don't consider anything else, that means that the TeamSeas goal won't be met. However, there are other factors to consider. At the time of TeamTrees, Mr. Beast was around 20 million subscribers, while this time around, when he's making TeamSeas, he is at 75 million subscribers, which means that he has a larger audience to meet the deadline sooner. He also has managed to reach 6.6 million in 2 days, like we mentioned earlier. That means that if he continues at this rate, he's going to make this goal by November 8th, which is crazy. If he makes his goal at November 8th, then it will be huge, should be on the news. But considering how YouTube videos work, that usually is not going to happen. So I think that it's definitely going to take longer than November 8th. One way that could change all this is if somebody makes a really big donation, like that guy on October the 30th. So, obviously, we are definitely going to need a lot of big donations like that to reach the goal, especially since we know for a fact that the video will peak and has probably already peaked, but will only decline from here. So, there might be some days where we might just not do well and end up with like 100,000 donations. So that could be an issue. So pretty much the main thing is that we'd have to have a big donation like this, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one other $1 million donation, if not more than that. One thing that I do expect to stay the same is all of the social media platforms such as YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, and whatever you name it, whatever platform it is, everyone's going to be getting together again to make this happen. So that's something that we're obviously expecting to happen. There's only one other thing that I have to say is that history repeats itself normally. So what does that mean for this TeamSeas? Because history repeats itself based off of that alone, that means that it is going to happen. However, one thing that we have to consider is that history repeats itself, but it often becomes a parody of itself, which could mean that there's going to be some difference, like maybe people won't take it as seriously as the first time around, since it's like the second time around and something else is going to happen. However, I feel like that that shouldn't be a big of an issue. So now we have taken everything into consideration. We know that Mr. Beast has a larger channel than he did back in 2019, and that the rate of which his video is going to promote this organization, and when it will peak and when it will not, and whether history will repeat itself in a good way or a bad way. So we have taken everything into consideration, and if you have made it this far, congratulations. You're gonna receive the answer to this question as a reward for making it this far. And with that being said, my answer is going to be yes. I do think that mathematically it is going to happen. I do feel like that there is potential for it to be very close. Like, it could be only 3 days left, and we would still be at like 29.5 million. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same result happened where it did end up close, but I do think it is mathematically possible. Speaking of which, you should donate right now yourself. Link is in the description down below, and subscribe to this channel. And thank you for watching. #TeamSeas. Goodbye.